The flight attendant suddenly removed her stockings in front of the passengers. The male passenger stared in shock at the scene. Then the flight attendant asked the other female passengers to do the same. After confirming that everyone had taken off their stockings, the flight attendant instructed the passengers to remove all their jewelry. They collected all the jewelry into a bag and discarded it in the restroom. Next, the flight attendants began performing strange movements. They raised their hands above their heads, then bent down to touch their ankles. Although the action seemed somewhat foolish, not a single person in the cabin laughed. The plane's landing gear had malfunctioned, and the aircraft needed to make an emergency landing. After the flight attendant confirmed all passengers had fastened their seatbelts, the captain began descending. He carried out each step with extreme caution. One small mistake could lead to disaster. The moment the plane made contact with the ground, it started shaking violently. The rear landing gear touched down first, but the nose gear still failed to deploy. With no other choice, the captain pulled back on the control column, lifting the plane back into the sky to circle again. However, there was only enough fuel left for one more hour of flight. The cockpit fell into silence. They had tried every possible method without success. Now, an emergency crash landing was the only option. When the passengers learned the truth, they grew increasingly restless. Faced with the threat of death, some passengers completely broke down emotionally. A few began writing their wills, and despair filled the cabin. The captain lit his last cigarette. He knew death was approaching. A nose landing emergency was the most dangerous. At that moment, the airport director made a bold decision. He first ordered the runway to be covered with fire-retardant foam, then mobilized all the city's police and medical teams. After the flight attendant made the announcement, the cabin lights dimmed. All the passengers braced themselves for the emergency landing.